second a year ago. That was then, this is now. Here in 2015, Chris Watson, you're a national champion. A perfect season, 42-0.
Chris Watson celebrated after winning a national championship in NCAA Division II Wrestling. The 165-pounder from Central Oklahoma capped an undefeated season that earned him Division II's Wrestler of the Year award earlier this week. But the whole time Watson was wrestling at nationals, he was facing a life-and-death situation, and he didn't even know it.
We weren't really concerned with it, I guess, because we thought it was like maybe a bicep tear or something like that.
Unbeknownst to him, he had a blood clot in his right shoulder. The sports world knows about the severity of blood clots after NBA big man Chris Bosh was recently shut down for the rest of the season because of clots in his lungs. The clot in Chris Watson's shoulder would eventually grow to 8 inches in length. It was restricting most of the blood flow from his arm. His right arm swelled to twice the size of his left. But the scariest part? Had any part of the clot broken free, it would have killed him.
God, this is so crazy. I mean, I never would imagine that. You go from 1 minute you're winning a national title, and the next you're laying on an operating table. So the only way I can describe it is just crazy.
Watson needed 2 surgeries to remove the clot, the second of which he said had never been done by his cardiovascular surgeons at Integris Heart Hospital. It was a procedure that required 3 surgeons and 10 nurses.
It was pretty serious. I mean, they had never done it before. So it was kind of a cool, unique thing from their perspective. Pretty scary from my perspective.
While in the hospital, Watson had lots of time to think about his life and his accomplishments. A national championship that had once seemed so important to him suddenly seemed so petty.
It's almost too much to comprehend. I mean, like we said, you go from D2 national champion and then outstanding wrestler of the tournament and Division II Wrestler of the Year. And in between, you have to deal with basically a life-threatening clot in my chest. I guess, the biggest takeaway is that, you're just thankful that you're here. I had people who didn't know about what was going on would, I'd get a late text or something and say, hey man, I forgot to drop in and tell you, like, congrats on your national title. And I'm sitting in bed and I'm just thinking, it's so petty when you think about, I couldn't, maybe I shouldn't be here. And it's just a lot to comprehend. To be honest, I'm just thankful to be alive.